An animation by Devron Bliss. You are tuned in to Devron's Radio, your mock-up radio show for cartoon and animation topics. It is March 24th, 2017. First off, if you haven't checked my official website or Instagram page, I recently uploaded my character screenshots for my upcoming Blender animation. I'm feeling pretty good at it as far as modeling what I'm aiming for. So for this episode, I'd like to talk about another animation journey topic, using tutorials to the animation programs. Is it good or bad to use them? Well, let me say this. We people don't learn in a one-size-fits-all fashion. We can learn differently, whether by self or with someone else's help. So when it comes to animation programs, do you self-teach or do you learn with video tutorials and stuff like that? Well, to be honest, I started to use Blender as a noob to it. There's definitely a lot to learn. So I would start off by learning concepts on Blender with YouTube tutorials and even took notes. I talked about using animation tutorials with my brother recently, and he says that it's really good that I'm using them, but not that it would make me a Major League Pro though. But if you do start out with Blender in particular, you got YouTubers like Blender Guru and Tutor4U that can teach you cool stuff. Now, Blender Guru just released a video not too long ago about why being a cheap artist is bad. That pretty much opened quite a big perspective on the subject of tutorials and the quality of one's work, but I'll let you guys check that video out to find out why. Flash and New Tech Lightwave, which I learned in college, was sort of the same as far as starting out. When I started using Flash, it wasn't really easy to use at first. Neither was New Tech Lightwave. With these programs, Blender, Lightwave, Flash, and even Anime Studio, you're using keyframe animating, which makes tweening motion a possibility, which is pretty obvious. Tutorials were really good for me to use, but when for a start, or to learn some cool tips and tricks, the correct stuff at least. One reason is that there would even be commands I never would have guessed would be the right command. I gotta know it somehow. But again, I won't declare myself a Major League Pro simply from the tutorials. With Blender, you'll learn things like using object mode and edit mode, using materials. Sometimes people show you the way to achieve tutorial goals using nodes. But for a start, what really made things easier for me was using that rhythm of vertices, edges, and faces in edit mode and using Shift S to select the cursor to center command. Keyboard shortcuts seem to be the big thing to learn about and to get used to as well. So yeah, whether it's by internet, book, or webpage, there will be learning the material, especially when animation programs update to new versions at times. I'm sure that there would be something new to learn about, something different. But this radio episode isn't surely going to make you a Major League Pro on any certain animation program. And to reiterate again, never mind declaring myself a Major League Pro at the animation programs by completing tutorials or by completing classes in college or even a whole book. Even if I'm being taught basic things or tips and tricks. But despite this, I thank everyone who made helpful tutorials or at least educated the material in any other way. It's really appreciated. So that's the episode on tutorials. Feel free to share your input or suggestions for future episodes.